സർവം ബ്രഹ്മമയം വേരേ 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 സർവം ബ്രഹ്മമയം.
Yeah, good evening all. Can you hear? Audio is clear? Okay, thank you. One second. Yeah. Okay, we'll start. Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. Om Sadashiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutrabhashya Kritau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punaha. Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnur Gurur Devo Maheshwarah Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kamsa Chanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum. Om Parthaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam Vyasena Grathitam Purana Munina Madhye Mahabharatam Advaitamritavarshinim Bhagavatim Ashtadashadhyayinim Ambatva Manusandadami Bhagavad Gite Bhavadveshinim Namostute Vyasa Vishala Buddhe Pullaravindayada Patranetra येन त्वया भारततैलपूर्णः प्रज्वालितो ज्ञानमयप्रदीपः प्रपन्नपारिजाताय तोत्रवेत्रैकपाणये ज्ञानमुद्राय कृष्णाय गीतामृतदुहे नमः. सर्वोपनिषदो गावो दोग्धा गोपालनन्दनः पार्थो वत्सः सुधीर्भोक्ता दुग्धं गीतामृतं महद. वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं. भीष्मद्रोणतटा जयद्रथजला गान्धारनीलोपला शल्यग्राहवती कृपेण वहनी कर्णेन वेलाकुला. अश्वत्थामविकर्णघोरमकरा दुर्योधन अश्वत्थामविकर्णघोरमकरा दुर्योधनावर्तिनी सोत्तीर्णा खलु पाण्डवैरणनदी कैवर्तकः केशवः. पाराशर्यवचः सरोजममलं गीतार्थखण्डोत्कटं नानाख्यानककेसरं हरिकथा सम्बोधनाबोधितं लोके सज्जन षट्पदैरहरः पेपीयमानं मुदा भूयाद् भारत पंकजं कलिमलप्रध्वंसिन श्रेयसे मूकं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवम् यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतस्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैर्गायन्ति यं सामगाः ध्यानावस्थित तद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनो यस्यान्तं न विदुःसुरासुरगणा देवाय तस्मै नमः. Good afternoon all and namaskaram. We have been discussing Srimad Bhagavad Gita. We are in the second chapter where we are in the 54th 54th verse. 54th verse. You have to start with 54th verse. 1 second. After the 53rd verse, Shruti Vipratipannate Yada Stasyati Nischala Samadha Vachala Buddhis Tada Yogam Avapsyasi. Right? So, Bhagavan explained about the yogi who is in samadhi, who has realized, who is God realized, and whose prajna is sthitam. Okay, who is sthita prajna? He explained the sthita prajna. Now Arjuna is asking, what are the marks of a sthita prajna? So we'll start with the 54th verse. Arjuna uvacha sthita prajnasya ka bhasha samadhistasya keshava stitadhi kim prabhasheta kim asita vrajeta kim. The audio is clear? So clear? Yeah, okay. So Arjuna is asking Bhagavan, hey Keshava, Samadhistasya sthitaprajnasya bhasha ka. Right? Who is this sthitaprajnasya? Sthitaprajnasya means who is in his who is a Brahmanishtan. Okay, who is a Brahmanishta? This sthitaprajna, which you explained so far, right? All this explained so far. Ka bhasha. Right? What is this lakshanas, or what are his marks? Siddhaprajnasya ka bhasha. Then Siddhaprajnasya kim prabhasheta. Kim prabhasheta. How he is talking. Kim asita. How he is sitting. Kim vrajeda. How he is walking. Okay, this is the word meaning. Hey Keshava, how does a sthita prajna or a brahmanishta, what are his marks, what are his qualities, and how he behaves, how he is sitting, how he is walking, etc. What is mean is that how a sthita prajna, what are his marks, what are his lakshanam, sthita prajna lakshanam. What are the marks, or what are the lakshanam, and how he talks, how a sthita prajna walks, or how he sits, or how he walks, or how he talks. See, what is Arjuna is asking. See, everyone will have the interest, how a sthita prajna will behave, how he will transact in this world. So in the first verse, okay, the first verse, Bhagavan explains about his when a sthita prajna is in samadhi. The second verse, when this sthita prajna or this jnani, when he is in the transactional world. Generally, Brahmanishta will have two states, two stages, or two states, dasha, you can call it. One is Samadhi dasha, and the other is Vyuthana dasha. They generally call it Vyuthana dasha and Samadhi dasha. The first line is that only. First line, Sthitapratyasya ka bhasha samadhistasya keshava. That is what the first line. When he is in samadhi, or when he is sitting alone, all alone, and when he is not transacting with the world, how he behaves. And the second line is when he is among the people, doing all transactions, whatever wherever he is, whatever work he is, or whatever job he is doing, this sthita prajna, how he behaves in this is called vyuthana, or who comes out of the samadhi, or one he is not alone, okay, one who is uh, mingling with people, carrying out his duties, how he behaves. This is the question. So Bhagavan starts answering this. This is a beautiful verses. The few verses next one is Bhagavan explains what are the qualities of a sthita prajna. And what we have to understand is that, as Shankaracharya wrote in his Bhashyam, in his Gita Bhashyam, that the marks or the qualities, the marks of a sthita prajna is the same as the sadhana for a seeker. So why it is so important is that when we know the qualities, or when we know how a sthita prajna behaves, or how he transacts in this world, when we know this, it is the same as the practices for the spiritual seeker. Okay, so whatever you practice, you will be like that, it is to be understood that way. Okay, so let us see, let us start with the verse. Sri Bhagavan uvacha prajahati yada kaman sarvan partha manogatan atmanyevatmana tushtaha sthitah prajnastadocyate. Hey Arjuna, Partha means Arjuna, yada manogadan sarvan kaman prajahati. When someone, all the desires, okay, manogadan sarvan, naturally all the desires are manogadan only, right? In the mind only. When all the desires are not there, or it is removed, okay, when there are absolutely no desires, manogadan sarvan kaman tada, then atmani eva tushtaha. When established in atma, he is tushtaha, he is happy. That means, as this sthita prajna, he is established in self, okay, without any external dependency. This person or this sthita prajna tushtaha, atmanyeva tushtaha, he is happy, okay, he is happy. Then sthita prajna uchyate, one who is in anandam, one who is happy in himself, or atmani eva atmana tushtaha, he is called sthita prajna. See, there are three types of manogatan kama. Three types of desires are there in us. What are they? One is external, bahya, outside, external. Then some of the desires are internal, and third is called vasana matram, which is there in the subconscious mind. So three types of desires are there. One is bahyam, external things. What are the external things? External things are like money, property, etc., which is already acquired, okay, acquired by the individuals when they are attached to these objects. Okay, the when we are attached to the external objects like money, property, etc., when we are attached to that, this attachment is a bahyam desire, external desires. That means we don't want these to go away. We don't want these to lose. We don't want to lose these items, these things. These are called external, bahyam. Then internal is these desires are to be fulfilled later. Okay, that we don't have, but we want to have these. We want to acquire something. We want to get it. These are called internal. That is antarikam, which is not there. Which is not there, but we want to have it. The first one is we already have this. We don't want to lose it. The second is we want to acquire these things. Okay. So this is also a desire. The other is also we don't want to lose it. That is also a desire. So then the third one is vasana matram. We don't know, but it is there inside. Okay, it is there inside, but immediately we will not know, but we will know it at that particular times. Okay, how do you know that the first one is the bahyam? How do you know that you have desires for this objects? Think about the things we have already. We have when if we sit and contemplate like this. Suppose you lose this. Okay, when or earlier when you have lost it, how you have felt? Or if you lose any of these items, money or property or relations, anything we can take, if we lose this, will I be affected by it? When we think about it, when we know that if we will be affected by it, or if we feel a pinch, then we know that we are attached to it. These are the desires that we don't want to lose. The second is we don't have it, but we want to have it. Okay, we want to have means, suppose there may be desires to build a new house. Okay, 2 bedroom flat is not sufficient, I would like to go for a 3 bedroom flat, right? Or I want to get married. These are all the internal desire which is not there now, but I would like to. Or I want to become a doctor, or I want to take PhD in something, right? All these are the desires. If I don't get it, I will be unhappy. This is the attachment for those objects which we don't have, but we would like to get it. These are called internal. External, which the properties are there outside, it is there. Hard thing, it is there outside, which we don't want to lose. Internal is which we don't have, but we would like to acquire it. these desires. Third one is Vasana Matram. Vasana Matram is you don't know now whether it is there or not, but when it sprouts, that time only you will know it. See, the one example which I can give is suppose you go to a you are not interested to go to a mall, for example. Okay, you are not interested to go, but your some relative have come. This I explained earlier also. Okay, suppose some relatives have come there, so they call you. Okay, let us go. Please come with us. Just guide us and all that. You say, no problem, I will come. So you go to the mall, and you are just casually you are there helping them. Okay, you go, what do you want? You want, okay, you go, yeah, this shop is there, that shop is there, and all that. You don't want anything, right? You don't want, you have no, you have absolutely nothing, you don't want anything at all, but you are casually you gone to help them. So in that time, suppose you are called, okay, hey, come here, just can you just see whether this wristwatch is good, this is good, just can you just see whether this is good to buy? So you are going there, you are seeing the watch, and then you say, yeah, this watch is good, yeah, this price is, yeah, this is quite okay, you can buy that. At that time, you are seeing another watch nearby with a price tag which you had longed or you wanted to have it when you were, maybe when you just started your job, when you got your first job. At that time you wanted to buy, but that time you didn't buy, right? Because you don't have that kind of money. But now you have that kind of money, now you have the money, but that time you didn't buy. Now suddenly it sprouted, now I have some money, I would like to buy it. The moment you see that object, you would like to possess it, which was there, which is there in the subconscious mind, which you never know, but it sprouted. But there are so many other things there, you are not interested in those things. Those things you didn't want to buy. There is a shirt there, or there is some other items are there which is less expensive, which is, but those things you are not interested. You are seeing all that, you are not interested, right? Shirt, everybody wants shirt, right? So you don't want to that shirt or any dress for that matter, anything for that matter. But this particular watch you would like to buy, I would like to buy this watch. So like that, there are hidden desires inside us which will sprout at various times. When it sprouts, when it comes in the mind, these are the desires. If we don't get it at that time, if we don't buy it, we will feel unhappy. This can be an object, this can be something to learn new, right? It can be a new language, or it can be anything for that matter. It can be anything, right? Anything. You see, suddenly you see, you are watching some advertisements in the TV, you are watching the TV, there are various advertisements, you are not interested to buy anything, but suddenly it catches something. Yes, this, I think I was looking for this earlier, not now, okay, long back, maybe 10 years back, or maybe in your previous janma also it is possible. It is not necessarily be in this janma. Okay, that sprouts, it comes out, and that time we would like to get it, we would like to acquire it, and if we don't acquire it, we will be unhappy. Somehow we will go for it, right? This desire also is a desire. Okay, so these are the manogata. What is the verse? Prajahadi yada kaman sarvan partha manogatan. Manogatan, these are all these desires. These are the desires. All these desires Sthita Prajna will not have. So the question is, what are the marks of a Sthita Prajna? In Viveka Chudamani, there is a beautiful verse. I'm quoting from some books. Yasya sthita bhavet praknya yasya anando nirandaraha prapanjo vismrta prayaha sa jivan mukta ishyate. Yasya sthita bhavet praknya. Yasya praknya sthitaha. Whose praknya is that kevala anubhavam, atma anubhavam. Only self is there. Or nothing else other than self, nothing. Only self, only atma. So one whose praknya is sthitaha, right? He is not interested in any of the objects, means he doesn't want to possess anything. Yasya anando nirandaraha. He is ever happy. This is very important. See, there can be people who have absolutely no desires, right? But need not be happy. People, see, suppose there may be mentally challenged people you can take, or people who are depressed, some sort of depression, etc. So these I mean, because of this depression, etc., this person loses all interest in everything, every objects of this world. There will be absolutely no desire. Or mentally challenged people, they also they don't want anything. But what is lacking here is happiness. Happiness will not be there. So it is not the only qualification that all desires are not there. He says the praknya. Okay. So atmanyev atmana tushtaha, or in this verse, yasya anando nirandaraha. He is ever happy. Very, very important point. He is not depressed. He is not unhappy about the loss of things, or he doesn't have the desire to get it, or there are not even vasanas inside that doesn't sprout. Or when the vasanas are coming out, if he doesn't get it, he is still happy. So all these three types of desires, he is not bound by it. He is absolutely ever free. Okay. So he whose realization is steady. Realization means this self-realization. Okay. There is nothing other than Atma. All these names and forms are appearances. These names and forms or the objects of the world are not going to give me ultimate happiness. If I get attached to this will lead to unhappiness. A knower, I'm quoting a verse, I'm quoting someone who has written, a knower who has formerly earlier traveled through the innumerable sufferings due to his association with the mind. Okay. Gaining enough dispassion and wisdom to give up his association with it. I will explain this. This is written by Sri Nochur Venkatraman in his Gita Bhashyam commentary. A knower who has formerly traveled through the innumerable sufferings, who have undergone these sufferings earlier, in this Janma or previous Janmas, need not be here, in this Janma itself. Due to why he understood that his sufferings is due to his association with the mind. He knows that all this suffering that he has undergone is because of his attachment or association with the mind. Because all these, all that desires, the desires are from the mind. Fulfilling of the desire is from the mind. Non-fulfillment of the desire is also a mind. One who realizes this, he gains enough dispassion and wisdom enough dispassion and wisdom to give up his association with the mind. What Vedanta says is that you are not the mind. Your association with the mind, your association with the body is the cause of samsara, is the problem with us. The association with the mind or the association with the body is the reason for all my sufferings. This clear understanding, this clear wisdom, okay, this intellectual wisdom, this wisdom releases him and he becomes ever free. So here, prajahati yada kaman sarvan partha manogatan atmanyevatmana tushtaha sthita prajnastadochyate. See, one more verse from Kadhopanishad. Kadhopanishad says, Yatha sarve pramuchyante कामायोस्य हृदि श्रिताः अथ मर्त्यो मृतो भवत्यत्र ब्रह्म समश्नुते. Bhavati atra brahma samasnute. When all the desires, when why I am saying all these quotings is that so that you can refer later into this Upanishads. When all the desires lodged in the heart are given up, the mortal becomes immortal. It becomes Amrita. Okay. Here he attains Brahma. This is the verse. Yatha sarve pramuchyante kamayosya hridisritaha adha martyo mrito bhavati atra brahma samasnute. So it is the delusion, or it is our delusion, our moham, that the pleasure lies in the objects of the world. This wrong understanding that the pleasure lies in the objects is causing the disturbances of the mind. It will cause disturbances. Because how we know? Earlier we said, no, formerly traveled through the innumerable sufferings. We have gone through that. That is how we know. Otherwise, we will not learn. By you read any books, we will not believe. We have to go through the sufferings. When we go through that sufferings, we know. Or at least we should be able to see the sufferings of others. That also is enough. It is not necessarily that this person has to suffer himself. He might have done it in previous janmas. Forget it. Even now also, when someone sees the sufferings, like Bhagavan Buddha, he saw sufferings. That's all. That's it. So it should be apta kamaha. That is one word. Apta kamaha means one who has fulfilled all his desires. Finish. I have no more desire. Apta kamaha. Then one who fulfills all his desires earlier, and by fulfilling those desires, this individual has realized the sufferings, gone through these sufferings while fulfilling those desires, and this person, apta kamaha, becomes atma kama. His desire is only atma, because he is established in self, because our true nature is atma. Our true nature is happiness. This can be experienced every day in our deep sleep. Okay, in deep sleep, there is no body, there is no mind, and we are happy. We enjoyed happiness there. So what happens when we are awake? What is the difference between that and this? There in deep sleep, there is no body, there is no mind, there is no ego. But when we are awake, ego And in this ego, I am the body and the mind. This wrong notion comes and the suffering starts. What we have to do is we have to recreate sleep state in waking state. We need to recreate a sleeping state in a waking state. Or in other words, this whatever we see, whatever the experiences through these five sense organs is a dream. One who realizes self, when we realize that all this is happening in consciousness, then only awareness remains. Only this moment is there. Only this awareness. In this awareness, there is only just an experience. This experience of this moment does not have any imprints of the past or the anxiety of the future. Nothing will happen. We will be happy. Even see, actually in the third chapter we have done on the Saturday classes, third chapter, evam buddhe param buddhva samstabhyatmanatmana jahi shatrum mahabaho kamarupam durasadam. This shatru is this kamarupam, this desires. The desires is the shatru. Third verse, third chapter also there is a verse where the shatru, the main shatru for the realizing the happiness, kama. It is the desires that is the problem. The desires are obscuring or are covering the Atma Swarupam. Right? So this prajahati yada kaman, only desirelessness will make one a sthita prajna. So as we started the discussion saying that in sthita prajna lakshanam, what are the qualities of a sthita prajna is a sadhana or is a practice for the spiritual seekers. So whoever is in this path of spirituality, we should understand the impermanent things of this world. The objects of the world are not going to give me any happiness, including the body, which includes this body, the mind, the ego, and the world. Again, the ego, the mind, the senses, and the objects of this world. All this is an appearance in consciousness, like a mirage water, like a snake on a rope, which does not have any permanency or which does not have any reality at all, right? Does not have any reality in it. This clear understanding, the intellectual clear understanding is the sadhana. This is Atma Vicharam. Through this Atma Vicharam, slowly, shanai ruparamet, very slowly, okay, Atma samstham manah krutva na kinchit api chintayet. Only we have to depend. The only dependency is on Atma. Atma means God. Atma means Bhagavan. Bhagavan is Brahman. So that only is Atmanyev Atmana Tushtaha means that only will give us ultimate happiness. Why do we do that? That is the truth. That is the truth. Right? That is the truth. And what will happen to this mind? A mind of this character will have santushti, or as per Yoga Vasishta, there is a word. It is called Antashitalata. Antashitalata. The mind will be, cool, calm, Antashitalata. It is called Antashitalata. Prasadam. In Bhagavad Gita, it's called Prasadam. We can think of that also. Cool. Come what may. Whatever is happening outside. Outside means including this body. Anything happens with it, it does not cause any disturbance to the mind. This Antashitalata will be felt by a Sthita Prajna. He is ever happy, Santushtaha, right? He is Santushtaha. Atmanyevatmana tushtaha Sthita Prajnatadochyate. He is Sthita Prajna. That is, we have to be free of this materialism. Free of this materialism. Materialism means all these objects of the world, the senses, the mind, the ego. All this is absolutely not true at all. This is only a notion. It is just an appearance, like a dream. One who realizes this, he is the Sthita Prajna. Okay, so the word is Antashitalata is the mark of a Sthita Prajna. He is the Sthita Prajna. Okay. Now with this we will move to the 56th verse. Dukkeshvanudvignamanaha Sukeshu Vigatasprihaha Bhitaraga Bhayakrodhaha Stitadhir Muniruchyate. So 56th verse. 1 second. Dukkeshu anidvignamanaha Sukheshu Vigatasprihaha. So first let us try to understand what is this Anudvignamanaha. Before that, we should know what is Udvegam. Udvegam, see, when the mind, okay, when the mind desires a pleasurable object, okay, when the mind desires a pleasurable object, I want this, something, whatever it is, maybe a house, or maybe I want to get married, or I want to become IAS, or I want to be something, I want to become the greatest musician, or whatever, let it be anything. When some desire is there, which a pleasurable object is desired, there has to be the individual has to take some action, right? Action is necessary. And when the action is being done, okay, the action, this person doesn't want to do that action, or this action is troublesome to obtain that thing. Okay, any pleasurable object you desire, and to get it, the action gives trouble. Okay, that trouble is called dukkham. That trouble is dukkham, and in this dukkham, okay, this person thinks, I am not able to get it because I am a sinner, I am a papi, that is why I am not able to get it. You got, this is the psychology. Someone who wants to obtain something, suppose someone wants to pass an examination, this person tries, the action to pass this is troublesome, is it not? It is troublesome. When this becomes a troublesome for that person, it is dukkham for him, and he fails, and he thinks, I am a papi, that is the reason I have done some sins earlier, that is why I am not getting this, that is why I am not able to obtain this. So that is additional suffering. Already he is suffering with the dukkham. Now on top of that, he is suffering that he is a sinner. This state of the mind is called udvegam. This state of the mind which tells that something I must have done earlier, that is why I am not getting. So that is why I am going through this pain. This is called udvegam. And in this dukkham, this sthita prajnaha is anudvignamanaha. You got it? Anudvignamanaha. He does not have any of this. Anudvignamanaha. He is not at all troubled by the dukkham. He doesn't have that feeling that I have done some sin, that is why this is happening. He accepts just like that. He is not at all worried about it. Dukkeshu anudvignamanaha. Now the next one. What is this spriha? Okay, spriha. Spriha is when you obtain something, when you acquire something, okay, the person enjoys a pleasure. Okay, he feels happy about it. When he desires something, he is happy about it. And the mind tells this person, you go for it again. You go for it again. You enjoy something, you enjoyed it. You would like to have that experience of pleasure again. Suppose you had an ice cream. Okay, one butterscotch. So you had it and then you came home. And just after a few days, you're telling, hey, let us go to that shop. Let us have butterscotch again. So, okay, somebody says, the elderly person says, okay, the next door only you will get butterscotch. Why do you want to go to that shop only? You get butterscotch next. Just shop is there. No. I must go to that particular branded butterscotch only. This is called spriha. This you apply in everything in our lives. We will find this spriha is there in us. When any pleasurable experience we have, one who wants to experience it again, okay, yearns for it. That yearning is spriha. In Tamil, you call it yekkam. Yengaradu adukka. You want to have it again. Yekkam. So this spriha, sukheshu vigata spriha, absolutely no spriha such thing. No spriha. Dukkeshu anudvignamanaha, sukheshu vigata spriha. Then vita raga bhaya krodha. Ragam, no bhayam, no krodham. These three things are not there with a sthita prajnaha. What is ragam? Many times we have told ragam. Raga dvesha is our favorite. Ragam we should not have ragam. Ragam is the desire to acquire pleasure. I would like to, the likes, I would like to have it. I would like to have favorable conditions. I would like to, anything you want. I like this. I don't like this is dvesham. I like to have this. Right? That is ragam. And along with ragam, the other one is free. Buy one, get one free. Okay. So if you have ragam, definitely there will be dvesham. If you like your son more, definitely you will have dislike for the neighbor's son. Or you like something, definitely. That is the reason why somebody tells bad about your son, you get angry. See, that is the reason. That is the reason. The attachment towards our son or daughter is the reason for somebody tells bad about us, because then immediately we will say, oh, look at her or look at him. He is also like that. He is also like this. Then why he is telling my child or my wife, my husband, they are also like that. We get that dvesham, automatically it comes. It is because of this ragam the dvesham comes. That is why buy one, get one free. So dvesham separately not necessary to say here. That is why Bhagavan said Vita Ragam. Dvesham didn't say. Then next is Raga Bhayam. Bhayam is fear. Fear is the anxiety. You're anxious whether I will get it or whether I will not get it. That is the Bhayam. Okay. And in this Bhayam, uh, Dvidiyad vai Bhayam Bhavati. When there is two, there will be fear. See, assume that you are the only one in a forest. For example, think like that. You are in a forest, there is nothing. There are no animals, there are no plants, nothing. I mean, no plants. I mean, there are nothing that can harm you. There is absolutely nothing. You are alone. Then there is no fear, right? There is absolutely no fear. That is the reason Dvitiyadvai Bhayam Bhavati means that is the principle of Advaitam. Okay. Nabhibhedi kadachaneti. Taittiriya Upanishad says, Nabhibhedi kada, Nabhibhedi kutaschaneti. There will be absolutely no bhayam only if there is only one thing. That is why in Advaitam we say there is nothing other than Atma here. Only Atma is there. Brahman is here. Okay, there is nothing other than Atma and Aham Brahmasmi. I am that Brahman. And Tattvamasi, you are also that same Brahman. There are no two things. Dvidiyadvai bhayam bhavati. From the second only, this bhayam starts. So here, in a normal way, we see what is this bhayam. This bhayam is because only it is on because anxious. We don't we whether we will, if we don't get it, what will happen? This is the bhayam, and it comes from desires only. And krodham. What is krodham? Krodham is anything that comes as an obstacle in your way. Krodham. Anything that suppose you want to go to a place, okay, from A to B. You want to travel. There is a traffic jam. Immediately we get angry. Or you want to go, you want to write an examination. You are ready to go for an examination. The bus doesn't come. You are getting angry against the driver, against the system, against the government, everything, right? If someone doesn't pass the examination, then he will blame everything. That he gets the anger rises in that person when it is not fulfilled. So a muni or a sthita prajna, he does not have this. Vitaraga bhaya krodha. He does not have any likes or dislikes. He is not afraid of anything. Why anyone is afraid? Anyone is afraid means it is because the only reason is that the desired objects, if he doesn't get it, his security is compromised. He feels insecure. And that is the reason of this bhayam. Anything, you take relationship, or you take money or property. If I lose this, oh, i will I will be insecure. I will feel insecure. Krodham. Anything comes against the fulfillment of the desire. Anything, any obstacle, that will turn into krodham. And before the anger reaches the person or the situation, it burns the heart. Own heart, it burns. It kills the person. If you are angry with someone, what it does, the first thing is it burns inside. So Vitaraga bhaya krodha sthitadhir muniruchyate. Sthitadhihi. Sthitadhihi uchyate. Sthitadhihi means whose dhi? or whose this buddhi, or whose prajna. See, the prajna is, what is prajna? Is the intelligence which is established in self. Okay, and that is initially. Okay, once it is established in self, then intelligence is not required. Even when the intelligence is not, even when the intelligence is not there, he is established in self. See, this is what happens in old age. All the intelligence and all walks away, but still he's sthita prajna. His mind is established in self. There is no vitam, there is no, sorry, there is no ragam, there is no dvesham, there is no krodham, nothing is there. So there intelligence is not required. Intelligence is, be without intelligence, without uh, intelligence, there is absolutely, he is established in self. The samskaram, the culture is naturally andashitalada, quiet, prasadam, always happy. This person is happy. Okay, so vitaraga bhayakrodaha stitadhihi is stitaprajnaha, munihi uchyate. Munihi means mananat munihi. So he's quiet means it is not that he doesn't talk, not like that. It is not his talk, his mind is mauni. He is maunam, or maunam is the state of self. Maunam is self. That this way Dakshinamurti Stotram, it starts with Mauna Vyakhya, starts. He taught in Maunam. Dakshinamurti taught his Sishyas in silence. Silence is the language of self. Okay, so Sthitadir Muniruchyate. So this is the 56th verse. So with this, we will conclude today's session. So Udvegam, Spriha, Ragam, Bhayam, Krodham, all these are not there in a Sthita Prajna. He is established in God. He is established in Bhagavan. He always thinks of, or his mind is dwelled in God alone. Nothing else. God alone. That God, that Atma, which is his true nature, which is Anandam. He knows that the whole universe is nothing but God. It is Atma. It is nothing but Brahman, who is established in this. He is not at all seeing the names and forms. He knows very clearly that the names and forms are not real. Only Bhagavan is here, nothing else. So, as initially we started the discussion, Sthitaprajna Lakshanam, why Arjunan is asking Sthitaprajna Lakshanam, is the qualities or the Lakshanam of a Sthitaprajna is a practice for the seekers. So for us, the spiritual seekers, we should work on these aspects. We should work on these verses. Think of this, do Atma Vicharam, and only through Atma Vicharam we will be established in self, and only through this we will be ever feel that Antashitalata, okay, all the time. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Harihi Om Tat Sat. Brahmarpanamastu.